Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, coming at ya later at night because I've just been looking at some questions a lot of women have been asking me, and this is something that a lot of women struggle with, are frustrated with, feel like they can't get any help with, so I'm just doing a little video on this. The other thing to note is that below this video I will put a link to join a free webinar I am doing tomorrow night, that's Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. So you can join that. I'm going to be talking about all things menopause. So if this is for you, click the link, join the webinar. I'm going to dive into how your new, different body needs to be fueled differently, and dealing with issues like this, why that's that way, and then what you can do about it to change it and move forward from there. If it's not for you and you know somebody that could use this info, send them this video, send them the link to the webinar. I'm just going to be doing a deep dive because so many women have been asking for help with things like hot flashes, with things like getting to their best health and their, optimal, healthy weight, all of those things easily. And it's so hard when you reach menopause because your body's totally different. It doesn't respond the same at all like it used to. Here are some things. So this is so baffling to me because literally half of the population has issues with their hormones throughout their lifetime, and it's not something that is talked about, and it is not something where there's like this easy protocol to deal with. No, right? Like this, it shouldn't be this hard. I do have more information in case you're looking for other references. I always mention this just in case you right? Women do the thing, that's why women struggle. It's not like you're not doing anything. You're trying all these different things. It's just whatever you're trying isn't really fit for you because you're following a map that's not made for your body. Our bodies are so different. So I have resources. My book, The Female Fat Solution, is on Amazon. You can read some info on that. I also have a podcast, The Female Health Solution, where I deep dive into so many things about women's health. And then my YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westy. Again, so many topics there that are covered in videos that I do just like this. So, I'll talk about perimenopause, I'll talk about PCOS, I'll talk about infertility, tons of different things, and metabolism for women and their hormones. So anyway, okay. So these things, sorry, I got a little tangent because I got so worked up that women have to work so hard to try to find information for how their bodies naturally are when I feel like it should be available to us, and these should be things that we just kind of talk about all the time, and we should all know, but we don't. Okay, sorry. Again, see? I get on a tangent. Women have hot flashes. So this is something about 75% of women, as they go through perimenopause and menopause, will have hot flashes. Thanks, Sheila's saying, don't sweat. I'm already there, right? It's not a hot flash for me. I'm just getting worked up about the fact that we have to work so hard to try and find healthy information for the female body. Okay, so 75% of women experience hot flashes of some kind, right? About 25% of them will have them for about less than a year, right? That's not very much, especially when you're looking at anywhere from 25 to 50% have them for more than 5 years. Are you kidding me? What? Yeah, this is the worst for women to go through, the absolute worst. And the tough thing is that there's no guarantee on what you're going to experience. It doesn't matter how healthy you are, all these other things, genetics, all that stuff. Sure, all of it can play a piece and a role, but if you're not addressing your hormones, if you're not really working with your body, if you're not trying to be and stay at your healthiest and metabolize the shift and change in hormone that happens, that means you need to, help your liver out because the liver metabolizes estrogen and progesterone, things like that, then it's really tough to stay on top of that hormone change. The other thing is that women can be going through menopause for anywhere from 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, right? And then if you have hot flashes for more than 5 years, that just seems horrendous. Ugh. And then everything changes and you get a new body that you don't know how to deal with or work with now, and your metabolism changes. So women will gain 7 to 10 pounds on average, especially when you're doing something healthy already. I'm eating well, working out, doing the same things I did before, and now all of a sudden I'm just gaining weight and I don't know what to do about it. That's a really big struggle for women. So I'm going to be diving into all this stuff in the webinar tomorrow. All of it. talking about metabolism, talking about how to boost that, everything else, and talking even more about things that women experience going through menopause and what to do about it, why it happens and what to do about it. So here's just a few tips here. And as we talk about this, there's one, not consuming any inflammatory foods can help. Now, again, the tough thing about that with hot flashes and everything else for women is that there's not going to be one thing that just takes care of it all. There's no magic pill. It's not you just magic. Okay. Oh, Sheila's asking about the time for the webinar. It is tomorrow, which is Sunday night, November. What's today? Is today the 4th? Halloween was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes. No, tomorrow's the 4th. Tomorrow's the 4th? Yeah. November 4th at 7 p.m. Central. Thank you. Yes, November 4th at 7 p.m. Central Time. And even if you can't catch it live, if you want the replay of it, sign up for the replay and it'll be emailed to you. But yeah, so that's the other really tough thing about for women, that it's not just one magic pill. It's not just one, little thing that you do that's going to change it all. Oftentimes women have to, really alter a lot what they're doing with their nutrition, how they're eating, what they're eating, and all these other things, because it's a new body. Your hormones are different now. It's just different than what it was for a really long time, and you have to match that. So saying something about really cutting down or eliminating inflammatory foods. Inflammatory foods are gluten, dairy, red meat, sugars. Sugar is a big one though. And the really tough thing for women is that we're talking all sugar and fermented foods. Yeah, so that means wine. I'm so sorry, but it does mean wine. But there's a lot of things that you can do to really help. But even if you just do this, that's not necessarily going to be the end all be all and take care of hot flash issues and all the other things that you're struggling with. It's usually a combination of things that we're working with. So here's an example of some of the things that I recommend for women to go through as your body's shifting and changing through menopause. So non-inflammatory foods, eating for your hormones, really focusing on working with your nutrition to eat for your hormones. You still have estrogen, progesterone, all these other things in your system, and you want to acknowledge that and work with that as much as possible. And then adding in adaptogens, that's going to help you with stress, because again, as your hormones change, your body handles stress very, very differently. Ooh, what? That might stress you out just to hear that. Yep. But that excess stress that you aren't processing the same way anymore can actually cause weight gain and inability to lose weight. Great. And also, it's going to help you sleep. So the adaptogens are going to help with stress and they're going to help with sleep. Two things that are so, so important to help manage your hormones and everything else that you're working with, dealing with hot flashes. So a lot of women notice that when they are, decreasing their inflammation, eating for their hormones, and getting in adaptogens for their stress and sleep, I'm not going to say that, the hot flashes go away, that type of a thing. They will be much more manageable. So it helps with frequency, intensity, all that other stuff, right? Tavia, earlier speaking to me, got hot flash. Yes, right? Yes, the hot flashes can be horrible. So I am doing that webinar. It's going to be tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Sunday, November 4th, 7 p.m. Central. I'll put the link below the video so you can sign up and get all the deep dive information that I'm going to be going through so much. So if you guys have questions on anything, let me know. But otherwise, I'll put that link below. And I will see you guys there. Have a great rest of your night.